Hi, this is Satiris. I'd just like to welcome you to the team training hangout tonight. I'm here myself and a friend of mine, Justin Zalewski. We've also got Daniel Mancini. You want to give a wave, Daniel?
Hello.
And how do you pronounce your second name, Wukash? I can't pronounce your...
You pronounce my second name Wokic, but if you translate it into English, it's actually elbow. So you can call me elbow if you prefer.
Okay, so Wukash Wokic, yeah? Or is that wrong? It's wrong,
Yeah,
is it?
that's good. That's good.
Sort of trying to get there a bit. Sorry, it's my computer. That's it, okay. Sorry about that, folks. Okay, we're sort of technical glitch there, but that's us back. So, Matthew's going to be chatting to us a bit about mindset and stuff like that. He's going to be starting off tonight, and then Wukash is going to be talking a few things that he's going to be showing us afterwards as well. Okay, so Matthew, if you want to get started.
Thank you very much, Satiris. I'm very excited to get started, and it's great to see great to see you all. Great to see Justin. I haven't seen Justin in a long time, and Wukash being on the call, and Daniel, who I've just met as well. So yeah, this is awesome. I'm very excited for this call, this hangout, and whoever else is watching now and in the future. So what I wanted to talk about and express is the limitations, the limiting beliefs surrounding money, surrounding wealth, and that I notice. And by the way, at the minute, I don't think I'm full screen. I think Wukash is for some reason. Is that correct? Is that what you're seeing?
You're full screen. Yeah, you are.
I am.
Yep,
Okay.
yep, I can see you. I could see you perfectly. I think it works. Whoever's just talking, the loudest gets the screen. So.
Okay. I wasn't sure then.
Yeah,
okay, cool. Yeah. So what I want to talk about is the limiting beliefs and the blocks that we have around money, because the only reason that if it's not that wealth isn't in your life is because you've got a limiting belief around it. Unless you're, haven't left school yet or something, maybe that would be different. But if you're an adult in the world and you've been around for a while and you still haven't attracted that abundance, it's because there are limiting beliefs there. And I'm qualified to talk about this because I've been there. I had such a huge aversion to wealth, such a huge aversion to money. Growing up, for various reasons. Many people do. Many people because of their religions. That wasn't the case for me. The case for me was I had aversions to people that I knew that was wealthy, and so I thought that everyone was wealthy had to be and behave like them, and so I thought I want nothing to do with that. And so that was my experience, and that's where my aversion to wealth and money came from growing up. But once I became aware of that, then I started to be able to change it. Started to change my limiting beliefs. And there are so many limiting beliefs surrounding wealth that it's not spiritual. That's a huge one for many people. To have material wealth or to have a value, to put a value on money, is not spiritual, and that is just, when you really look at it, that is just insane, right? It's everything, the whole universe. Let's talk on a very sort of high, sort of abstract level. The whole universe is light on different frequencies, right? And whether it be the spiritual or whether it be the matter, it's just different frequencies, right? And crazy. I've just got this little fella beside me. Past his bedtime, but he's come to say hello.
You've got a helper. You've got a helper.
Got a helper.
Hi.
He just heard me talking, so he just jumped out of bed to come and say hello.
Yeah, very good, very good.
So the whole universe, and this is what physicists agree on now. The whole universe is made of light, which is vibrating at different frequencies in particles and waves, right? So let's not make one frequency better than another. Let's not make the frequency that is intangible better than the frequency that is tangible. It's all when we can appreciate the material and the spiritual just the same. That's when we can have great power. If we just appreciate the spiritual and reject the material, we're living a very lopsided life. And I was like that for a while. I thought, oh no, that's material, that's shallow. I'm not into that sort of stuff. But it didn't really work for me. I came to see that that's a lopsided view of reality, and that wasn't empowering for my life, and that wasn't empowering for other people's lives. And then what I found when I was in the presence of other people who were wealthy or who had given great service and they had the fruits of that, I felt diminished in their presence because I could see, even on an unconscious level, their worth, their worth in wealth, their worth in what they'd given to the world, and I felt diminished. So then I started to see that, why am I feeling like that around these wealthy people? And that's really the way it is. It's because if we're not, life is not just about being. Life is not just about being, and it's not just about doing. Life is about being, doing, and having, right? So if we just think, okay, I'm just going to sit here and meditate and be, that's maybe part of it, but then you also have to do stuff in the world. And also by that doing, you're also going to have stuff. And that's what we call fair exchange. When we provide a service, this is one of the great principles of the universe, is we need fair exchange for providing that service. So, this is part of the be, do, and have, right? So, again, let's not make one better than the other. Let's not make being better than having, or better than doing, or whatever. Let's not be biased to anything, because that makes us lopsided. That makes us unbalanced, right? So to be able to have this balanced view of everything will allow us to start to rid ourselves of the limiting beliefs, to start to see the world and the universe in a different way than maybe we had previously. To be able to change our point of view, just to be able to change our point of view. That's how transformation happens. That's how we're going to transform, is by shifting our point of view of reality, of ourselves, of our identity. How we see ourselves now has got us the results that we've got up until now. Just how we see ourselves, our self-image, our identity has given us those results. If we're not completely satisfied with those results, then we need to change. We need to transform. We need to start seeing ourselves in a different way. We need to recreate our self-image, recreate our identity, and be open to letting go of the old limiting beliefs that have held us prisoner in the past. Where did it come from? We've all been heavily programmed in some way. From many of the lopsided religions who preach that it is better to give than to receive. Why is it better to give than to receive? That's lopsided. If it's better to give than receive, then the person who's receiving from the giver, are they less than the giver? The person who's receiving? Yeah. It's a complete unbalanced view of reality.
I would say that I would have struggled. I could have given anybody that I thought was genuine the shirt of my back, but it took me. It's only in the last probably 3 to 4 years that I actually can receive, and realize that it actually so completes that circle. And I absolutely struggled all my life with that, so I can completely relate to that.
Right. And many of us can. Many of us can, because it is a program that is cultural and is put into us through a lot of the time through the religions. Everybody knows the saying, it's more blessed to give than receive. But come on, that's BS, right? That's a belief system. It's not true. Because then the person receiving will feel less than, because, oh, I shouldn't receive. But then the person that's giving can't fully give, because it just doesn't make any sense, right? So the great principle is fair exchange. When service is rendered, then payment has to come into that in whatever form it is, and in the form that we have today, that's money. That's how we exchange things. That is the easiest way for the world to do it, and everything is light, different frequency. And money is also light, right? It's not evil or whatever else, or and money does grow on trees, right? Money is paper. Money does grow on trees. Okay, that's another limiting belief. Money doesn't grow on trees. Yes, it does. Okay, so you got to question all these limitations that we've been given in the past, right? And the idea of, let me ask you a little question. Is a lack of money better or more spiritual than the abundance of money? Like really? Because that is how a lot of us have been living our lives, as if it's better to be in poverty, better to have a lack of money than to have an abundance of it. That's how a lot of us have lived our lives for many years, and it just doesn't make any sense, right? So to rid ourselves of the limiting beliefs, because that's the only thing that stops us from getting what we really want in life, from living our dreams, from living our inspired vision, is the limiting beliefs, right? And a lot of the time, those limiting beliefs are around wealth and money, yeah? Because the two biggest excuses that people have is, I don't have enough time, I don't have enough money. But if you had enough money, then you could pay someone else to do all the things that take up all your time, so then you could focus on what you really want to do, right? So once you get that out of the way, you can see that it's a great spiritual thing to have money. Make sense?
Absolutely.
So I just want to just start by just ruffling up a few things and getting the brain ticking, looking at things from different points of view, and starting to break down the belief systems, that have held us back. So we have to start questioning the belief systems. And another way to change our beliefs around money, around wealth, around success, and all that stuff is through association. Is to put ourselves in the company of people who we wish to emulate in some way. Put ourselves in the company of people who are already wealthy or already successful in what we wish to become successful at. And just by doing that, our beliefs start to change. Things start to rub off. Our self-image changes. There's probably nothing more powerful than to put ourselves in the company of those that we wish to emulate in some way. And it's fantastic in this day and age that we can do it no matter where we are in the world. We can do it through Google Hangout, right? We can do it through going to events, through going to seminars, to meet and rub shoulders with those people, to go into retreats, whatever it may be. We can even do it through watching videos and YouTube videos on the internet. Yep. It's a very powerful thing that we have at our fingertips right now, and and many people are using it, are not getting full use out of it. You know, to be able to go online and just watch an interview of the person you respect most in the world, who's the most outstanding person in your field that you wish to emulate in some way. You can just go onto YouTube and you can watch their interviews. You can watch their speeches, and just by doing that, you're putting those images into your head, into your unconscious mind. It's like you're there with them. Your unconscious mind doesn't really know the difference. It's like you're there with them. You're hearing what they're saying. You're listening to their tonality. You're seeing their body language, and it starts to rub off on you. So to not utilize that resource is losing out. You know, big time. The other thing is through audios, listening to audios. You know, that's why what we have, the products that we have, and the system that we have, is we have all the trainings, the internet marketing trainings, the personal development trainings, all those audios. I get so much from them just from listening to those. You know. The other thing I wanted to offer everyone, because somebody emailed me the other day and said, can you give me some recommendations? I have some limiting beliefs around money and success and stuff, and for the inner circle members in my team, and also in Satiris's, in Team Unreasonable, I have a selection of audios which are probably the most profound audios I've ever listened to on changing beliefs around money and around wealth and things like that, and they're in that inner circle members area. And just a amazing story that happened a few years ago. I was listening to these audios a couple of years ago, and it was at the time when Victoria was about to give birth to Indigo, and we were back in Ireland, and at the time we had a membership site which was kind of doing okay, and then we got we got attacked by some people. You know, you get jealous people trying to pull you down, and we got attacked by some people. You know, like cyber attacks and things like that. And because Victoria was heavily pregnant, her emotional state, you know, it really affected her. That, so she didn't want to have anything more to do with it. And so those last few months, she didn't even open her computer or anything like that, really. And she was really the technical person behind everything that we do. I have no technical expertise whatsoever. And so everything just kind of went to a halt. And our income stopped at that time, and we had lots of things we were paying out at the time. So suddenly we were in a pretty sticky situation. So at the time, I went out and I worked for a charity for 6 weeks, being on the street, hitting people up to you know, sign up to the charity and give them a monthly amount. And you know, it wasn't my ideal thing to do, but I was there anyway. And I was listening to these audios every night while I was doing it. And I was asking some questions. One of the questions was, how does it get any better than this? You know? And I was standing out in the street in this city, and I was saying, how does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? Asking this question over and over again. And then I looked down and I saw a white envelope on the ground. And saying, how does it get any better than this? I wonder what's in there. And so I walked over to it, and just with my toe, I lifted it up and looked inside, and there's a big wad of notes in it. And I looked behind me, picked it up, big wad of notes. There was no name on the envelope, no address, just a white envelope on a busy town centre street. And I said, okay. Okay, God. I said, if I'm gonna be standing here all day anyway. If someone comes past, looks like they've lost money, I'm gonna give it to them. If they don't, then it's mine. Fair enough? I think he said fair enough. And I thought, well, I could hand this into the police station, but can I really trust these guys down the street? You know? I think they'd have a pretty good night out, right?
So how much was in the envelope?
780 euro.
Right. Wow. I actually had a similar experience where I was walking through London and intuitively saw an envelope lying on the street. And I normally would never pick anything up from the street. And I opened it, and there was £500 in it, 10 £500 notes. And I as well thought, if there's anybody about here that looks like they've lost this money, I absolutely would have given it to them. And I looked around and sort of thought, is there anybody that looks distressed or whatever? And in the end, I just went, thank you, universe, and I just put it in my pocket, you know. And it's amazing how things like that happen, especially when you're open to stuff and and you expect them. But I would also have the same mindset where if I found 5p land on the street, I would still lift it up and say, thank you, universe. And I would always say, all amounts of money are welcome in small and large amounts that come to me in an effortless way.
Yeah, absolutely.
You beat me.
And so when that happened, why did I find that money, and why did nobody else that was walking past? Why did my colleagues not find it, who were standing 10 feet from me? It was just because I was open to opportunities. I was open to something happening. I was asking the question, how does it get any better than this? It's amazing, the power of questions, the power of asking those open questions, just to allow things to come to you, because there are opportunities all around us at all times. There are amazing opportunities. And many people just walk through life with these blinkers on, and they won't open up to the opportunities. And there was hundreds of people walk past that white envelope and not even thought to look in it. Yeah? I looked at it and I thought, you never know. And I think that's the attitude that you need to have to rise above the mediocrity, because thousands of people, I'd say thousands probably, that day would have walked past that envelope and no one would have picked it up. And it was just through being open to it, being open to opportunity, being open to possibilities, being open to little miracles happening. And so, that was a very nice thing, because my son was just born, about the same week that happened. So it was a nice little boost, right? So, that's my point of that story. Is there's opportunity everywhere, and you've got to be open to it. And it comes through asking questions, because there's so many people that receive opportunities all the time, and they push them away, and then say, why does God always give me the crap? It's because you're not open to the good stuff, right?
I think another thing that was very powerful as well is that the fact that you actually had the gratitude, where a lot of people wouldn't actually appreciate it, and that you're genuinely grateful will help that repeat that energy and continue that vibration.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So it was through listening to those audios at that time that came to me. So if you're in the inner circle, you can get those audios. Yeah.
Just while you're on that subject, because I think it's very, very relative to what you're talking about now. When I made the decision in Empower Network to go all in, the bank here, the actual bank here, had a breakdown where the computers all broke down basically and went completely haywire, right? And I checked my bank statement of one of my bank accounts, and I thought I wanted to buy into a business, right, which was $4,000, and I also wanted to go all in Empower Network, which was another $1,600, right? And I said I have to find $5,600 in the next week, right, to buy into these businesses basically. No matter what, I have to find this money, right? So I went and I checked my bank statement, and it showed that I had 400 euros in it, or something like that, in this particular account, right, which I had anyway. So about a week later, I went to the bank, I got a load of checks, and I went to the bank to go and cash the checks, the different commission checks. And when I actually went into the bank, the girl in the bank said, would like to do a review of your account, right? Would like to do a review of your account. Now, normally when people review my accounts or whatever, it would be because, you have a lot of money in the account, but I had only 400 euro in the account, so I couldn't understand why she wanted to review my account. But she says, do you want a printout anyway? Do you want a printout anyway of your account, right? So I says, yeah, okay, give me a printout. So she gave me a printout. And when she gave me a printout, the account, it showed that I had €4,200 in the account, right? Which was like just over the amount I needed to get exactly what I had wanted to get, right? And I got into I come out of the bank and I got into the car and my mother was telling me, I had a big smile on my face like a Cheshire cat, right? And I said to my mother, I'm going to make a fortune. And she says, what do you mean? I says, I'm just telling you now. And I went and I got into the car, I went straight home, I pulled out my debit card, I got the things that I was wanting to get instantly. And the only reason I believe that happened so fast was because I actually made the decision that within that set period of time that I would find the money. And if I hadn't made that decision, or I had made some excuses or some reasons why not, or it wouldn't have happened. And from that money, I made an absolutely humongous return. Like humongous. Mm-hmm. So it boils back down to what you're saying there, Matthew. It's just if you believe it's there, if you sort of focus on what you're doing or what you have to do, it'll happen. But a lot of people don't have that belief system, and they don't. They need to get it. They need to get that belief system. They need to believe it, and then it'll happen.
Yeah. Become aware, for sure, but have the awareness.
Absolutely.
Through being on this hangout right now and associating with people that maybe have a different point of view, that maybe have had different experiences in life, that maybe have the values that you wish to build on. I worked this out a number of years ago where I had a value on creating wealth in my life because I saw how it could magnify everything else in my life. I saw how there was things that were limiting my life, that different personal growth experiences that I couldn't do because of a lack of money. But there's never really a lack of money. There's only a lack of resourcefulness, right? A lack of awareness of your own talents and abilities, right? There's never really a lack of money. That's just the effect of what's before that. But anyway, I was at this what you would call a spiritual retreat, and I was having a conversation with a guy about what he did and everything, and I was telling him what I did, and then I started talking about creating residual income and stuff like that, and then I was talking about money, and I could see him just put up this defense and start looking down his nose at me. And he didn't reply to anything else I said to him, and he just stared at me for a while, looking down his nose, and then just turned away and completely ignored me, because I was talking about money and creating residual income and things like that. And then I thought, do I really want to spend time with people that have such limitations that they're going to judge you for your values? And so then I thought, well, actually, I want to spend more time with people who have similar values and are more open to, to the full richness of life, not just part of it, right? And so, again, it comes down to association. This is the most powerful way to remove the limiting beliefs that you may have around wealth and money is through association. Whoever you associate with, you're going to become like in some way. I think it was Jim Rohn that said the average of the 5 people you hang around with, your net income is going to be the average of the 5 of them. Yeah. So that's why I said, we have this amazing resource called the internet where we can have live Google Hangouts and we can go on YouTube and we can watch videos and we can actually hang out with people who we want to hang out with, even if we can't physically do it. As maybe like Wokash, who's going to come talk in a minute, is still at school, Yeah. I suppose like a lot of his friends, they're just thinking about, I don't know, going out drinking or, the next movie they're going to watch on the weekend or something. I don't want to say what they do, but I guess like I remember what I was like when I was 17, 18 and what most people are like, So Wokash is a bit of an exception, and we're going to talk to Wokash in a minute. So just to briefly go over those things. Association, so important. Read books. I've got a couple of books I want to show you right here. These are probably two of my highest, most recommended books to completely change your money blueprint, remove the limiting beliefs, The Values Factor, How to Make One Hell of a Profit and Still Get to Heaven, both by Dr. John DeMartini. Very, very powerful, very powerful. I just carry this around with me everywhere and just read it whenever I can. And doing the exercises in it, even if you just go to the section on financial freedom and just do the exercises, they'll break through the limitations in the mind just doing the exercises, right? So what it comes down to, creating a compelling vision. You need to have a very clear and compelling vision, and then you need to have a desire to achieve that vision. And that's where it all starts. Like in a minute, we're going to go into some of the technical sides of software and different things you can do online. But if you don't first of all have the vision, you're never going to take action on the other things. If you don't already have a clear and compelling vision and a desire to achieve it, you're not going to take action on the other things. So make sure that is the primary thing that you have, is that clear and compelling vision, as detailed as possible, and then a very strong desire, a reason why you're going to make that happen in your life. And it comes down to writing down as many reasons why, and then looking at that list of reasons why and reminding yourself of it to fuel it. Your desire will fuel it, and it will burn through any obstacle that can possibly get in your way. So what I would ask, for those that say, look, money's just not that important to me. Some people say, money's just not that important to me. I say, okay, well, what is important to you? Oh, well, my kids are important. My family's important. My church is important. Everybody's got a different value. There's different people have different things that are important to them, right? And that's what your value is, what's important. So then I say, okay, so your kids are important. So write down, find out exactly what your values are, your top 2 or 3, and then write down 100 reasons why creating financial freedom, creating wealth, is going to help you magnify that value in your life, magnify your children's lives, magnify your church. Like, imagine you can go into your church and you can just throw $1,000 in the donation box. Is that going to help your church? Of course. Imagine you can give your children the best education possible, send them on different trips, give them the full richness of life, instead of saying, oh, we can't afford that. And it all comes down to a decision which you can make right now. And if you haven't already joined us, this is the best vehicle for financial freedom that I've ever come across. And you can click on the link below and you can join us. And you can make it happen. Make sure you get that compelling vision. Make sure you have a strong desire. And if you haven't been taking notes, you need to watch this again, because just those little things, those little tips of writing it down, finding out what your values are, finding out what your vision is, writing down the reasons why, which is your desire. All the reasons why, that brings your desire to create your vision, to manifest into your life. And that's how you get through, that's how you get over the limiting beliefs around wealth, money, success. And that's about it in a nutshell. Yeah. So I guess Wukash, Wukash joined my team a few months ago, and just such a bright light, such a great attitude. Wukash is I think just 18, still in school. English is his second language. Lives in Poland, and he just very sincere, has a strong desire, has a clear vision, and he's taking massive action. He's putting himself out there. He's making tons of YouTube videos. He's following instructions. He started doing live trainings. It's taken us a year or more to start doing live hangouts. And Wukash is 18 years old. I'm going to do live hangouts. But David Wood said so. So yeah, so I just thought to bring Wokesh out because he's a great example, and he's going to be incredibly successful. He's going to be incredibly successful because of his attitude and his ability to take action. That's it, the ability to take action and keep going no matter what. And that's what I see in Wokesh. So I'd just like to ask you, Wokesh, you know, what's motivating you, because you're at school, and I'm sure a lot of your school friends aren't into what you're into. What's motivating you? What's your hunger, and what's your vision? Can you maybe just talk to us for a few minutes?
Great. So welcome everybody. I'm really happy and grateful to be here tonight. You know, I've always been kind of different than the people around me. I didn't always understand why that was, but recently when I was listening to one of our Inner Circle audios by David Sharp, I finally understood why I'm different. And it's because I'm inspired by big things. I'm a big vision guy, so I'm not really interested in doing things like being a doctor or a lawyer. But when I watch an inspiring video that shows athletes or action heroes from movies, that's what inspires me. And ever since I was a child, I was spending a lot of time by myself because my brothers are a lot older. I didn't really have any friends when I was in primary school. So I was spending a lot of time watching cartoons, watching action movies with Arnold Schwarzenegger, with Sylvester Stallone, and probably that was my first introduction into personal development, because those guys never quit. No matter what obstacles stand in their way, they just go and do it. And whenever I found something that I really liked, I was watching it again and again and again until I get totally bored with it. Like the movie Rambo 2, where Stallone is like left alone in Vietnam, but he still somehow makes it. Those were the things that fired me up, and that's what probably programmed my mind somehow for success. And I was applying this mindset in school, and it made me feel somehow special, that I was also important, because I didn't feel important, because at the time I was fat, at the time everybody was picking on me. So that was my maybe escape. And I've always dreamed of amazing things. I've always dreamed of doing the impossible. And my dreams started to crystallize when I really discovered where Arnold Schwarzenegger had started. Because I somehow grew up with a belief that the people we see on television, the people who are famous, that they are just born this way. I thought that Arnold Schwarzenegger was born with those big muscles. That's why he got famous in the movies. But the truth is that he couldn't get into the movies because he had those big muscles. That was what at first prevented him from doing that. But I got so inspired by Arnold that I decided that I was going to be like him. And I wanted to quit on this dream many times, but I kept going, and the more I kept going, the more my dream grew bigger and bigger. And just like what Napoleon Hill says in Think and Grow Rich, that first you have to feed it a dream to keep it alive, but then the dream will take on a life of itself, and it will pull you towards this realization. And I'm motivated by this dream. I'm motivated by every single time people close to me told me that I couldn't do it. I'm motivated by the people who believe in me now. I'm motivated because I know that I will never quit on my dream, and I will live my dream no matter what, and I don't have a plan B. Because having a plan B sucks. Because if you have a plan B and something doesn't work, you will jump into the plan B and quit on your dream. And I had one experience where I understood that there must be no plan B. No matter if my family tells me that I have to have a plan B, no matter if my teachers tell me that I have to have a plan B. Because as Matthew said, English is my second language. My first language is Polish. Nie będę do was mówił po polsku, bo to wiecie.
Ja, some movies.
And I've been studying English ever since I was 6 years old, and I always loved this language. I don't know why. Maybe somehow my mind was directing me towards the things that I already wanted as a child. Because now I'm just doing my best to fulfill my childhood dreams. That's what I'm doing. And at one time I went to this English competition, and it was very serious, and it was conducted in kind of two stages. First, we had to write a test, and then we had the 5 finalists had a debate between themselves to pick out the winner. So the first year, I did my best when I was preparing for this competition, and really unexpectedly, I placed second. So next year, I decided that that's it. I'm winning this thing. No matter what, I will come back as a winner. And I prepared with this mindset, and I went there with this mindset. And as I was writing the test, there were many questions which I had absolutely no idea what was the right answer. But I somehow was telling myself that even if I don't know the answer, I will still pick the right one. And this mindset allowed me to get into the finals once again. And I was thinking to myself that if I could place first in the test, then I would be absolutely unstoppable in the debate. But I didn't place first. I was maybe third or fourth. So I was thinking, what could I do to guarantee victory? And immediately, an idea popped into my mind. I remembered a movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger, which is called Pumping Iron. It is a very famous movie in the bodybuilding circles, and I remembered how Arnold was trying to destroy his other competitor's confidence by telling him that he'd already called his mother and told her that he won the competition. So I thought, okay, I'm gonna do the same. So I called my mother and said, "Mom, I won." And I told her that I won the camera, which was the first prize, and that I'm bringing this thing home. And I was so excited, and I told her that I really absolutely destroyed it. And at that point, I said, okay, that's it. We win or we perish. And something inside of me I just felt this certainty inside that no matter what, no matter who shows up, I will win. And I spent like 30 minutes just by myself listening to movie soundtracks from movies like Batman or Rambo or Lord of the Rings. And I was telling myself how this thing was going to happen. And for the first time in my life, I really felt like those action heroes that I admire. And I won. And it happened exactly as I said that it would happen. And it happened because I had no other way. It happened because I had no plan B. And right now, I don't have a plan B because I'm not interested in a life produced by a plan B. I'm interested only in an A quality life, not anything less. Because I know that I have those dreams for a reason. I have those big dreams for a reason. And I don't know yet exactly how everything in my life is going to happen, but I know that as long as I stick with it, something magical will. And I know that by living my dreams, I will be able to inspire people to live theirs. Because every single day, the thing that hurts me most is just seeing people who are really dead inside but just have to keep going. Like there's no passion in their eyes. They're just waiting until the next party or until the next time they smoke a cigarette or until the next time they go and get drunk because that's their only way of really distracting themselves. And I know that I can help them. And I want to do this. And it's really amazing how I joined this community, how I found Matthew, because really I grew up among people who had really those destructive beliefs about money and prosperity, and everything changed when I started reading books, the right books, not the stuff that they tell us to read at school, because right now I just recently graduated from secondary school. Cheers, guys.
Nostrovia.
And in the 3 years that I spent in this school, I wasn't reading the stuff that they told us to read. I was reading Arnold Schwarzenegger's autobiographies. I was reading Think and Grow Rich. I was reading Rich Dad Poor Dad, and my idea about possibility, about making money, about being free financially, completely changed by the influence from Robert Kiyosaki, because I'm telling you, the things that happened in my life were really sometimes just amazing. Sometimes just I'm still wondering how this thing happened, because I was just on YouTube and this video on the side of the page grabbed my attention, and it was titled "The Most Motivating Video for Success," and it had something like a couple million views. So I decided, okay, I'm gonna watch this, and this 5-minute video is the reason I'm here right now, because there was a short clip where Robert Kiyosaki was saying that most guys are just pussies and they don't have it, and that he went to war and somebody died so that he can be here today, so that he can't quit. There's no way he is quitting. And I decided to look this guy up, and I found his website, and I took some courses that he was offering in investing in the stock market, in real estate, and forex. And this was my first introduction to really making money in some different way than just having a standard job. And I was following the assignments in one of the courses that he had, and I calculated how much money I was making, how much money I was spending, and I looked at those numbers and said, okay, something is not right here, and I will find a way. I will find a way to make more money, and I will do it online. And I gave myself 3 months to set everything up, to find out what I was going to do, how I was going to do it. And I did it in 3 days, probably, because I found Matthew. And actually, I also wrote down on a piece of paper that within the next week I will find somebody who will help me realize my dreams. And I did. And I started dreaming even bigger. And I'm just so grateful for it. So, over to you guys.
Okay. That was very, very inspiring.
Well, guys, I've just one question. Where do you live in Poland?
It's a city called Sokoło Podlaski. It's about 100 kilometers east of Warsaw.
Right.
So you can see why you can see why I brought Wandering Woodcash on. Yeah, there's a fine line between insanity and genius, and
Yep.
I think we have a genius here.
It's really inspiring to see somebody so young
Yep.
and so awake
Mhm.
and actually taking positive action consistently and making things happen. It's very refreshing and inspiring. So, Woodcash, well done. Seriously,
Yeah.
absolutely amazing.
If we had to be doing that when we were your age, can't even imagine to think where we would all be now. Because you have a big head start.
And we didn't even have Xboxes to distract us.
Exactly. So next we're going to do a wee bit of more on the technical side. Okay, I'm going to put you over to Daniel Mancini. Daniel, are you with us there?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, indeed.
Hi, hello everyone. Thanks very much to Matthew and how do you pronounce your name?
Woodcash.
Wokash. Thank you very much for your talks. They're really inspirational, and it's so refreshing to see such a young person with such big dreams and on the highway to success. It's really refreshing to see. And today I wanted to show you a bit about what I did with IFTTT. And if you're not familiar with that, it's a software that you can use to syndicate your social media marketing with. And I've been using it recently to basically syndicate my content to Facebook groups. And if you're on the last hangout, on the last team hangout, Sotiris actually did a training where he took us through his strategy for driving traffic on one of his strategies for driving traffic on Facebook, where he created several groups and planned to grow them. So in a couple of years' time, or even in a year's time, he'll have several thousands of people and generate traffic that way. So after watching that training, which was really good, by the way, if you haven't watched it yet, I'd really recommend that you go back to last week's training, I believe, and go through that training again. That was brilliant. And so upon watching that, I took a bit of action and I created a few Facebook groups. And after doing that, I went on to IFTTT and I started to create recipes whereby every time a group member would come into the group, they would receive an automatic personalized message so that would be personal to them, and each message would contain the link to my capture page on it, and among other things as well. So I thought I would very quickly take you through that and how to create that. Can you see my screen?
No.
Not yet.
Just you.
1 second. Can you see my screen now?
Yeah, that's it now. Yep, that's perfect.
Okay, so if you're not familiar with IFTTT, it's very simple to get started. What it is, you just have to basically register your different social media platforms. As you can see, there's loads and loads of different social media platforms that this particular online software accommodates. So but I've been mainly using it for Facebook. So what you need to do is basically register. It's very simple. Once you come onto it, you just register all of your accounts. For example, you register your Facebook account, you connect your Facebook account to this software, and once you've done that, you can actually start to create different recipes. As you can see, I've created 207 personal recipes at the moment, for which I use to actually syndicate my content. And you know what, it just makes life so much easier. I mean, pretty much, if I just post, one status message on Facebook, it will just blast to all of the groups that I've created. It will go onto my LinkedIn, my Twitter, Tumblr, all loads and loads of different channels. So it's really a great time saver. It makes my life a lot easier. There's a lot that you can say about IFTTT that you could probably talk for about 20 or 30 minutes on this, but for today I'll just quickly run you through my recipe that I do for my Facebook groups. So if you go on to my recipes, which we're on now, in order to send a personalized message to every single person who joins your group, what you need to do is click create recipe. So after you click create a recipe, it's very simple. It's a very simple process. Select your Facebook channel. This is the trigger channel, so select your main Facebook profile, and then what you want to do is basically click a new status message by you. So click new status message by you, and this triggers every time someone's going to join your group. This will actually send a personalized message from you. And that's going to happen if you go back to Facebook groups again. Facebook groups. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. Let me start again. So what you want to do is start your recipe by going to Facebook groups. And what you want to do is create your trigger for every time a new member joins. So this trigger fires every time a new member joins the Facebook group that you specify. So click this option as your main trigger. And select your group. As you can see, at the moment, these are the different groups that I'm admin for, and you can only apply this recipe to groups that you're the admin for. So, for example, I'll just do it for my Work From Home Asia group. So every time a new member joins my Work From Home Asia group, I'll create the trigger so that a status message will be written by me. And as you can see, if you just select the same group again, so now as you can see, the member name is in brackets. So what that means is that basically their name will appear in the brackets, and also you can actually add your own little message to it. So what I did was I just wrote my own custom message, So this is the group name, and at the bottom what I did was you can write something like you can do whatever you want, and the important thing to do, I would suggest to do is
put a link to your capture page.
Yeah. Everything that you do, always include the link to your sales page or capture page or something like that. That's how we can maximize that real estate. So once you create action,
Cool.
Yes, I did it actually wrong, but you can basically do it so that let's go back again. That's it. So now if I go to my work from home Asia group, as you can see, these are my the groups that I'm admin for here.
Have you added me to that group? If you want, you can add me to that group.
Yeah, sure, okay.
Because I've been getting messages like crazy all day from Daniel. Welcome to the group. Welcome to the group. Every time someone joins this group, and a link to his capture page, which is really, really cool. It's completely automated.
Yeah.
It's like the way Twitter was in the beginning when it started out. It was really good for sending automated messages and getting people to your stuff.
Absolutely, yeah. And there's so many different things you can do with it. For example, as you can see, like every time
you just slow your screen down a wee bit so we can see your messages that you put out there.
Oh yeah. I mean, these are messages that every time I post to my personal Facebook page, a message will the same message will actually appear on my group. So this is something I did earlier with the quote, and just by posting that on my personal Facebook page, that will get blasted to all of my groups. Another thing that you can do is create a link post. Like this is a Facebook video that I posted on my profile, and just by doing that, that will get uploaded as well onto IFTTT, as you can see here. And additionally, what you can do is it also gives you the choice to add photos. So here you can see I added a photo onto my Facebook page, and that automatically got uploaded to my Facebook groups, and that was via IFTTT as well. So there's a lot of different things that you can do with it. Can you see my screen now?
Yeah, see that?
Yeah, so now there's a personal message to Sotiris. Welcome Sotiris to the Work From Home Asia. Should have put group on there, but never mind. I look forward to connecting with you further. And here's the link to my capture page. And as you can see, that's the link to my capture page there. So
awesome.
whenever someone joins your group, they'll receive a notification. And when they click on that, obviously, it'll be a nice personal message for them, welcoming them to the group, and obviously add your little link at the end of it. And that's just the useful tip that I thought I'd show you today.
That's going to be really handy for my group, the one I have with like 32,000 members, because I get about literally 100 people a day joining. So that's like 100 messages going out directly to people, personalized messages with my link. That's serious.
Definitely.
I mean,
yeah. Absolutely.
That's why it's well worth doing that Facebook group training for that, because it's completely automated. Once you set up the groups and leave them and just get it started, within a year or two they just take a mind of their own.
That's right. That's right. I think also that it would be like more effective if you had kind of less, if you created groups that were less inclined to spam. Like a lot of the internet marketing, make money online groups nowadays, they're just used by a lot of people who just want to spam their links everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But if you did actually create like several different groups in different niches, had a mix like personal development, weight loss, whatever your niche might be, even online marketing, then that could definitely be an effective tip. Another recipe that I would actually recommend that you do is, what you can do is actually, as I said before, every time you post a link video, a link onto your Facebook page, that will get blasted to all of the groups, or even a photo, as you can see here. You know, a new photo post by you option trigger, and that will happen every time. Or also a new link post. And these are the new link post. That's what I did to create my video when I was posting my Facebook timestamp link. Inside the prosperity team in the back office, there's some fantastic viral videos training. I believe Matthew and Sotiris, you've both gone through that training, right?
Yep. The Kevin D'Souza one. Yep.
Yeah, by Kevin Souza. That's a brilliant training. And if you this trigger here, new link post, that will actually work if you post your Facebook timestamp link.
Brilliant.
Yeah, so that's another recipe that you can do. As you can see here, it's got my embedded within the description. It's got my URL here. As you can see, people begin to share and like and comment and things like that. So that's another cool way that you can use IFTTT for your Facebook groups. But if you haven't seen last week's training by Sotiris, I recommend that you do go through that on Facebook groups. And then after you create yourself a few Facebook groups, then you can apply this strategy. So I thought I'd share that with you today.
That's brilliant, Daniel. That's really good. That's
You're welcome.
I love automated stuff, so it's great to, when you can find stuff like that completely be automated, you know, that you can be running while you're away. I mean, you were away in Italy, and your Facebook has been going crazy. You know, I had to actually message Daniel today and say, Daniel, are you actually here? Because his Facebook's been going so crazy. He said to me like 3 or 4 days ago, I'm away to Italy, and I was like, the last 4 days, his Facebook world's been going crazy, all these messages and stuff, and you know, I actually had to call him and ask him if he was away or not, because I had no idea, you know, that he could be away with all that stuff going on. But he had just happened to just come back. But that's been going completely on autopilot, you know, which is it's brilliant. It's amazing.
Yeah. And also the other thing is that strategy will work with Hootsuite as well. So if you upload bulk messages to Hootsuite or Facebook Post Planner, you know, you could upload all of your messages for 1 week or whatever, or for how long you can do, for a month even, and that will go to all of your Facebook groups automatically. So once you create all these recipes for your Facebook groups, it's really just a matter of, if you wanted to, just bulk uploading loads of messages, and that's it. That's you know, you're blasting out to thousands and thousands of people.
Yeah. What I tend to do as well in it is there is a timer, the timer in IFTTT.
Ah, that's brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah, and I tend to do that, just the timer, because you can set your posts to come whatever time you want, or you can set them to come every hour or every week, or on a specific date every year. So you could basically go in tonight, put in that you want to post it in your groups and your wall on Facebook to wish everyone a happy new year. You know what I mean? At 11:59 on on New Year's Eve, and that would go completely automated.
Yeah.
You could be somewhere else, but you know what I mean. There's just so many different things like that you can actually use. I mean, if you're having like a monthly, I set it up there tonight. If you're having a weekly, hangout, or you're having a meeting or something every week, you can basically set it that every week, an hour before the meeting, it'll be posted in your group that the meeting's starting in an hour. In 30 minutes, then you can say the meeting's going to be starting in 30 minutes, and then you can have another automated message that comes when it starts. So you can have a message that goes out at 9 o'clock. We've just started. Click here to join now.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's brilliant. I mean, you do that once, and that's just set. That's going.
Absolutely.
And
there's so many different social platforms that you can not only add to Facebook, but if you did that timer, you have that timer, so it goes into your Facebook, and at the same time it's going to your LinkedIn, to your Twitter, to your, you know, all different profiles.
Instagram. I mean, there's even one there where you can actually have it in a timer, and then the timer will automatically send it out to someone a Gmail email, right? So basically, you know, you could put in someone's email, and at 2 minutes to 9, it'll send them an email on Gmail saying the meeting's starting in 10 minutes. You know,
Brilliant.
it's absolutely brilliant. You know.
Yep.
So definitely worth. It's definitely something that's worth utilising.
Absolutely.
So what time is it now? I think we've been going on for quite a while. So I don't think I think that training tonight from Daniel was very, very valuable. So I don't think I'll add anything to that tonight because I appreciate everyone's time, and it's going on for 10:15. So we're normally sit for about an hour. So anything anyone would like to add, or Matthew?
No, I was just waiting for you and Justin to speak. I thought there's something coming.
No,
a bit of wisdom from Justin.
No, I just had no idea what Google Hangout was at all. I had no preconceived ideas of it. So I just said to Satiris, look, you know, can you explain this to me or show me what it is? And he says, just come down tonight and you'll see what it is. So I'm sort of very grateful that I had an opportunity to see how it works, the functionality, and just to see, you know, it's given me a lot of ideas and insights, and it really sort of has made me think about, you know, I need to up my game and I need to learn a lot of this stuff. And I've sort of got distracted recently trying to get a book finished, and it's just very, very time consuming, and I just made a decision that I absolutely have to do it. So I have a rule that I have to write for at least 1 hour a day every single day, and some days it's so difficult to do that, but I just thought, and I was actually in such a flow today before I came here, and it all like 5, 6, 7 tabs open on my computer, and I just went, you know what, I just want to do this, and I'll have to just find a way to get back into my flow again tomorrow if possible. No, just another thing I'm very aware of is that I work with people a lot, and when I ask them what they want out of life, so many times they'll always tell you what they don't want or what they're trying to avoid. And just one of the things, and the thing that I noticed with this group is that they always state what they want in a positive context, which is quite rare. And it's just the power of your unconscious mind. It's like no matter, it always seeks to find more of what you consistently focus on, no matter what. So be careful about how you choose your thoughts. And no, I just thought I enjoyed it, and it's got me thinking about a lot of different things now. So I'm just very grateful to have had the experience.
Absolutely.
I know you have a lot of wisdom, Justin, and you've had a lot of experiences. So yeah, I was just looking forward to hearing something from you there, and that's very, very true what you're saying.
The last time I met you in person, you were a very different colour. You've got a very you were a very different colour the last time I met you in person.
A bit paler.
You've got a very decent tan there.
Yeah, well, that's life on the Mediterranean, you know.
Yeah. And I went to Spain about a month ago on a Tony Robbins Platinum trip, and it rained nearly every day, and I got no sunshine whatsoever. So no, it's one of those things where I really want to get back into the sunshine. Although I don't know if I would leave Ireland permanently, but I definitely would like to live in the sunshine at least 3 to 6 months of the year. So it is something that may happen in the future, and hopefully sooner rather than later.
Yeah, well, this is all about lifestyle, you know, and that's what we can create with the resources and the platform that we have with Empower Network, and create the lifestyle we want and be able to live where we want. And for me, I'm a bit of a sun worshipper, so living in Fermanagh in Ireland was 300 plus days of rain every year. I just couldn't handle that anymore, and so I swapped it up for, I think, 320 days of sunshine a year we get here.
Right.
So
you
so
probably
it's vastly different.
you can actually appreciate the rain now.
Yeah. So that's what I love.
All I can say to anyone, is to sort of listen to Matthew, right? Because right at the minute, I mean, Matthew, since he started, he's been making it happen with this thing, really making it happen. The other night I went to bed. I woke up at 9 o'clock in the morning, opened my computer. I'd made it like 5 a.m. a $500 commission, which was a pass up from Matthew from all his videos and all the stuff he's doing. The next day, I got a message from Matthew. I was sitting here about, I don't know what time it was, maybe 9 or 10 o'clock or something. I got a message from Matthew. He just got 4 new people joined, and a $3,000 commission. So this is like a $3,000 man we're talking to here. So, if Matthew, whatever Matthew says, listen to him. Because he's actually doing it and making it happen. And we have all the resources, all the trainings, to give you and show you how we're actually doing it. But you have to be here. You have to join. You have to be in our team. Click the button below and join. It's only $25. I mean, it's the price of a pizza. It's crazy. Why anybody would be going to a job and spending the rest of their life working for someone for not having any control of their life when they can just take control right now. You just take control right now and do it and change the way you live.
Yeah. And going back to what we were saying about I'm not very good at pronouncing names.
Wukash.
Wukash. Yeah.
We're all funny names here, don't worry.
I mean, going back to what we were saying about Wukash. I mean, if we had that mindset at such a young age, where would we be now if we had that clarity, that kind of that perspective? If we had started with his mindset and his kind of stance, where would we be now? And it's quite similar in some ways. I mean, if I had this access to this team when I had started online, fast forward a couple of years, if I had this vehicle that is the Prosperity team, Empower Network, and our team, I mean, where would how much more could you have achieved if you had such a powerful vehicle like this, such a powerful product, such a powerful group of mentors, and teammates who are willing to help you all the time, high converting products, personal development training, literally everything that you need to succeed online, and to kind of, if you wanted to escape the rat race or live abroad, as you were saying before, everything that you need to achieve your goals is all here. And how much better would it be, if you join a team like this now, while you're fresh, and if you are just getting started, rather than spending years and years just figuring it out and making the mistakes yourself. So it's,
You're the perfect example of that, Daniel, because every time I look at your Facebook wall, you're in the airport, you're going to Vietnam, you're going to Thailand, you're going to here. Every time I look, you're in a different place. It's like I'm in Bangkok, I'm in a bar here and there. And there's like stuff all over Facebook, So.
Well, I just got back from Italy last night, and I caught a bit of a sore throat. It must have been the weather contrast, where it was raining here when I left. Yeah. When I went there, it was so warm. I think my system couldn't adapt in time or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely, yeah.
Yeah. I think it comes down to appreciating what we have, and appreciation is a powerful catalyst of manifestation, actually. And I guess a lot of people just don't appreciate what we have right now, because we can look at the contrast. Those of us who have been in the game for a while, have been entrepreneurs for a while, have been online for a while, the contrast of the struggle, and here we have something that I'm just so appreciative of it. I really am so appreciative of Empower Network and the prosperity team and the team that we have, and the peers that I have within Empower Network and within our team. I'm just so appreciative of that. I think it's phenomenal, and I get enthusiastic about that. And so that it's important to have appreciation, enthusiasm, inspiration to work because you're inspired to work because you've got a compelling vision. And if you've got all those things firing, then amazing things will happen. You'll create miracles in your life, and people will wonder how you did it. And it's through those universal principles of appreciation, of enthusiasm, of inspiration, and taking massive action.
Absolutely. And when you're excited as well, you know, people tend to come. I mean, anytime when I'm having a really ecstatic day, I have people coming from Skype, from Facebook, people I haven't spoke to in years, coming at me. And I think it's all to the way your beliefs and your feelings, you know, and if you're not in the right feeling or you don't have the right belief about what you're doing, you just won't have the same success. And the thing about, you know, being around our team and being around everybody is we all sort of lift each other up and help each other. We have these hangouts, you know, we have trainings. We also, anybody who's in our team's also a member of the prosperity team. You also get access to all their stuff and a whole lot of other bonus things as well, which is really cool, which you won't sort of get anywhere else, you know. So
yeah, I mean, even the training that you did last week, you know, was really powerful. I mean, if you haven't watched it yet, you know, I'll reiterate what I said again. Go back and watch that training, because not only do you get the training from Empower Network, from the prosperity team, you know, help from your mentor, you also get these trainings and, you know, the training site that you put together, Soterius.
yeah,
really fantastic. I mean, there's such
and personal access as well. I mean, if anybody's a problem, you know, contact me at any time. Contact Matthew. Contact Daniel. You know, you also can contact us personally as well. We're here. We're real people. We're not sort of, you know, hiding behind something or other. You know, we're here. You know, which is a hard thing to get in a lot of online businesses. Get access to people.
And also when you get access to the people that they actually want to help you. Because that's
yeah, exactly.
the beauty of what we have is we all want to help each other. We all want to see each other successful. Where you don't get that a lot in other internet marketing arenas or platforms or whatever, because a lot of people are just out for themselves, right? Yeah. But we're a team. Absolutely. We're a team ourselves, and then we're the bigger team of Empower Network. We're all looking to help each other.
Exactly.
Be successful.
Yeah.
And the thing about this business is when you help other people to be successful, you get paid as well. So everybody benefits. You know, everybody benefits. It passes the whole way up. You know what I mean? It benefits everybody.
Yeah. And I'm so grateful that I purchased the internet traffic formula. That training is so powerful. It's fantastic, you know.
Yeah, yeah. And the thing was, it came down very fast, so anybody who didn't purchase it fast actually didn't get access to it. And the thing I've learned is whenever David Wood sends out a new product and says, buy it now, I just buy it straight. So does Matthew. Matthew should have to buy it. You know, we're straight away buying it immediately, because you don't know next week or in 2 or 3 days what price it's going to be, or if it's even going to be there. You know?
I mean, with that information, you just know that from time that you apply that information that's being shared, your business is just gonna, you know, grow astronomically. You know, you just can tell that pure quality information, like Vic Strisshouse.
Yeah.
You know, I think he spends like $250,000 just on testing alone. You know, it's brilliant training. You know,
I mean, to get training from somebody who's broke every record. I mean, there's nobody in any network marketing company that has come into a new company and in such a short period of time made, like, I don't know what he's made, is like 3 million or 3.5 million or something. It's never been done before, you know, via the internet. So we're basically getting trained on all that stuff, you know, and that's pretty cool.
That's it.
And his results are extraordinary. So see the
disclaimer. Yes.
income
You see the disclaimer in case the FTC are watching. We're
what's the
about
website
to give
address?
an income disclaimer.
empowernetwork.com/income disclaimer.php or something.
Yep, that's it. Yep. Income.php. Empowernetwork.com/income.php.
That's basically for people that sort of don't want to do anything and then want to blame the rest of the work for not like anything else.
Especially for them. That's for those people.
To be quite honest with you, in fact, I've never actually even looked at that page yet. That link, I haven't even gone onto that link because I don't need to know what everyone else, what the average person is doing. So there's no need. Sincerely, I haven't even looked at that link since I've joined because I don't need to know what the average person is doing because I don't intend to be average.
No, we're here because we're not average. And that's the line. The average people are all, probably sitting somewhere. They're watching some drama on TV or something. No hopers or no hopers or some sad, some sad
Jeremy
the Jeremy Kyle show or a rerun of Jerry Springer or something. Trying to feel good about themselves, saying, "Well, at least my sister didn't run off with the man next door, and my brother wasn't, playing both ways and with the neighbours and all that stuff." So.
That's it.
Well, we'll leave it on that and not keep anybody too much longer. So we'll be back. We'll be back on again at 9 p.m. next Wednesday again, GMT. So you'll be able to find us here again on this page, but we'll send an email out to you anyway for anybody who's subscribed to our lists. Once again, it's $25 to join our team. You can click the link below, whoever sent you, and join, and you'll basically get the benefit of all of us and all the trainings and everything. That's it for this week, and we'll talk to you again next week. Okay.
Ciao, everybody.
Bye bye. Good night.
Bye.